Hello, everybody.
What it do, everybody? What it do? What's that on my beard?
That's just your speckled beard. Your
Man.
peppered beard.
It looks horrible with sunlight shining on it. God
It's
damn,
cute.
dog.
It's full of wisdom. I like how it's like kind of coming in right here, and then right here it's kind of like a little stripe. It's like you got little stripes,
That's
like you did
weird.
it on purpose.
No, I don't like it like that, but whatever. Anywho, what it do, y'all? How y'all doing?
Welcome to another week of weekly live readings, or as we used to call them, 2222s.
Yeah,
I have such a hard time calling them weekly live readings.
Well, I mean, we changed the price there at first when it was $25.
I know.
So we can go back to calling them 2222s.
Yeah.
I mean,
Everybody's used to the weekly live readings though now, so it's kind of like we have to keep it like that.
so do you think maybe, I don't think we've never discussed this, but do you think we're going to continue doing this all year, every single week? Have we been doing it all year? When did we start this?
I think we started around like January or February.
Oh, wow. So we've been doing this all year?
Pretty much. Let me see. I could find out. Let's see. My documents.
Because we used to do this on a different channel, and then we just kind of quit doing it, and we would bring it back once or twice a year for the hell of it.
Oh, yeah, we started. Well, actually, I only started saving it on my computer in February, so I know I was printing them out. Yeah, we've been doing them all year.
Oh, damn, we've been doing this all year.
Yeah.
Wow.
Literally. Every weekend, all year. Wow, yeah, time has just like gone by so fast because we just launched the Manifesting Financial Abundance course again. And he was like, didn't we just do that one? And I was like, no. And I looked it up and we haven't even had that available since the end of, what was it, March? Yeah, like March. That's when we had it last.
Seemed like it was just a month or two ago or something.
5 months ago. And that's like, yeah, crazy how fast time is going by. So anyways, hello. If you are in the room, drop a comment, say hi, where you're watching from. If you would like to get on our list, I'm going to put the link here in the comments. You can ask a question, $22.22 for one question. If you'd like to ask more than one question, you just have to book again. And specific questions are required, please. No general or whatever wants to come out. We don't pull those spreads here. If you do want a general reading, that is available on the website, tarotwithrich.com. We have a couple different ones, which I still need to add that one. The person of interest. You always got cat hair on you. There you go.
I want your love interest and the new person. Because the other day somebody came and got a current person general reading, and they had only been dating they only been on like 3 dates. And I was like, okay, well, if you all haven't made it official yet, that would be your love interest.
Well, but they don't know which one. They bought the right one for that. Like,
not really. I mean, of the ones that are available. Yeah. I'm just saying though that when we get it all good and established, because these time frames make a big difference. Because when somebody comes into your life, the time frame you guys are at plays a big role in the energetic level that you're at. So. Yeah.
Right. I'm going to get the list here really quick. We got a quiet little room.
Yeah, it is quiet.
Hello,
today,
butterfly spirit.
We need to go back to like that. Remember a month or two ago when we did it in portrait? I wonder if we could do that with your iPad. Do you think it'd be possible? Would it be like a portrait mobile device on your iPad? Like a phone?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we could do that.
It'd be cool to get a little stand for your iPad.
This would hold the iPad.
Oh.
I mean, I'm down to try it.
Yeah, because ever since YouTube changed their algorithm, like when you're in a landscape like this, it doesn't really throw it out there to anybody.
Yeah.
You don't really get viewed very much unless you're in portrait mode.
Mm-hmm.
It's annoying because I hate portrait mode.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyways, we're going to go ahead and get started. So our first person we're going to read for is Joshua, and he has 2 questions that he bought. So he's an Aquarius. And yeah, his birthday is 1/28/84. It says, "Hey buddy, I feel like I've known you forever. I love the shit you say. For instance, the video, one of your oldest with long hair down by the river. Man, that shit you talked about, the God complex, was me all the fucking way, dude. That was pure Aquariusing. Read from the heart." Okay, so then Jolene, she's also an Aquarius, temporary in my life. We go back and forth. It is sex only, or is it sex only she was wanting? Wait, but I'm pretty sure where we stand. But yeah, never know. So is there real love in my future? We've been off and on for 2.5 years. She's a narcissistic woman. She takes the cake for a narcissist, and yeah, is she in my future? We're separated as of 2 days ago. LOL, nothing unusual, but is she in my future for a short time or a long time, or will there be real love for me? That's what I need in my life, a real loyalty life partner. If you can give me advice on what I can do personally to vibrate on the same frequency as my life partner. Thanks. Okay, so I did tell him that you wouldn't be able to break down the whole vibration and things because this is kind of a short video, but
was that every question right there?
No. Basically, if this person that he's on and off with, if it's somebody who's gonna be like a long term, or is someone like else coming in?
Well, if this is a narcissist, first of all, she's not going to change. Narcissists can't change. Modern research has shown that a genuine narcissist actually has something wrong with their brain. They can't change. They don't have the neurological capacity to change. Y'all been on and off for 2 years. You'll be on and off for 2 more years, 4 years, 6 years. If you've been on and off for 2 years, nothing's going to change there. Whether or not she's in your future is kind of up to you. So I don't really know how to hit that. Are you asking whether or not she's going to come back?
Like if they're going to be like a long term.
No, I don't need a tarot card to tell you that's not going to be long term.
Because he wants a life partner, and he's like wanting to know.
I'm trying to figure out because there was a bunch of questions packed in there. So.
I know there was kind of a lot. We were kind of going back and forth a couple of times, so I just kind of added the main parts just so we got a whole idea of everything. But yeah.
Well,
is there real love in my future? Is what he's wanting to know. Like if it's her or if it's not.
No, it's not her. I can tell you that. But I mean, your very first step towards attracting your actual person is staying the fuck away from this person and making a solid decision. You tell me if she's in your future.
Plus, you already know she's a narcissist. You said yourself, like she takes the cake. Like that's not somebody you want to settle with and like have around all the time.
Yeah, if you're dealing with a genuine narcissist, that is never, ever, 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 ever going to change. Ever. That'll be on and off your whole fucking life. And I've seen people do it. I've seen people go on and off for 15 years. So I don't even really know what angle to hit this from. Honestly, Page of Wands, reverse, King of Cups, King of Wands, Devil card. So first steps first is making the solid, unequivocal decision to cut this person out of your life. No wondering. Will we be together? No. Solid, unequivocal decision. I'm done with this. Jesus Christ himself could descend down from heaven in a ball of light and tell you she's changed. No. Done. Dun 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 dun. Like you got to make that solid decision that you're done first, and then you want to work on releasing that and healing from it. That you need to worry more about healing than you need to worry about attracting your person, because love isn't something that comes in. Love comes from you. So in order to equalize the vibration of love and happiness, you have to work on your healing first, right? So yeah, this will repeat the cycle. This will loop around and repeat. If you keep playing the same game, you'll keep winning the same prize. What's the second question? Well, that was just the first spread, wasn't it?
So, yeah. Because the main question, the first thing they asked was the future of their love life. So this was the description.
Well, when you have a person that you're stuck in a cycle with like that, there's no definitive future until you make a definitive decision as to which timeline you're going to take. Because with the death card reversed and the world reversed, since you haven't made a definitive decision as to what you're going to do with this person, there's no definitive timeline. Devil card, death card reversed. This is a toxic on and off cycle. So it depends on the path that you take. Because right now you have a big sliding slope through a bunch of different vibrational bandwidths to go from where you're at now to attracting your divine life partner. And that will demand a completely and totally different version of you. So, I mean, there's quite a ways to go to release all of the energy from an on and off narcissistic relationship. Quite a ways to go. I don't really think you have a lot of miscellaneous contracts due to come in, but you might be in need of a course correction, potentially. I don't even know if I can hit that in a little live reading here.
I feel like if you, say your life partner you're about to meet her in a week from now, you would probably, not you, but she would be scared away because you're still tangled up with this narcissist. Yeah. You need to completely detox this person and her energy and make sure she's just not coming around no more. You know what I mean? Or else you will end up scaring away your person. Yeah. So you have to be done if you really want something that's not toxic in your life. And you want to bring in something new. You
have to vibrationally align with that person. If you're not in vibrational alignment with your actual person, I could give you their name and address and you could go knock on their door and the two of you wouldn't even be able to hold a conversation. So that's where I'm going to keep it. That's the first step. A solid, unequivocal decision as to what you're going to do with this connection. What's the second question?
So his second question is, what does my future financial life look like? Is there a great abundant amount of money coming my way?
Well, in the short term, money doesn't just come your way. Are you taking action towards, are you building a business, or in the very near future, by the time the 2030s get here, money will be the last thing on your mind. And plus, the economy in the United States is about to start fucking exploding. So I can only really look in the short term because we're moving into a new financial world of abundance. So no, I wouldn't say that a big bunch of money is just coming your way, but you look good. You're solid. You have everything you need. And that's finding out that vibration, which is hard in the world that we live in, and the marketing and the bullshit you see on social media, to be able to just be thankful for having what you need. That's the first step to getting in line with financial abundance. And it's hard. It took me 2 years to master that. When you take a look around and it's so easy to get swallowed up by what you don't have and what you want. And when you look at everything that you have and you say, I got every fucking thing I need. You know what? When my rent needs to get paid, it's going to get paid. When I need to eat, there will be food. When I need gas, I will have gas. I am not going to go without anything that I need. And getting yourself in that mindset to where you're not thinking about needing money. Because the more you think about how much you need money, the more the universe is going to make sure you keep needing money. So you're good. I see kind of a plateau for the short term here. Now, like I said, we're all going to be moving into a higher calling in the next several years, but that's going to be run on a different system. It's not going to be like your calling is something you have to do to survive. But in the short term, it looks kind of like a plateau. And that's good because it's not a nosedive, but things look pretty even right now for the remainder of the year. Let's see what the second spread says. Unless you're out there taking action. Are you taking action towards something? Are you working on like maybe building a business or adding another stream of income or getting a little side hustle going? If you're not, and even if you are, it would be a little bit of a slow rolling ball, but it'll speed that timeline up a little bit. What I would do if I was you is I would play around with some manifestation techniques. That's what I would do. If you're just trying to manifest something little, like a little lump of money, because if a big lump of money comes your way, I don't think a lot of people understand how fast you can piss through it. Money, like we heard something the other day about somebody who's in a contest to try to win $25,000 and all the things they want to do with it. And this person has never had a lot of money. And I'm like, I don't think she knows how fast you can piss through $25,000. Mm-hmm. Poof, be gone. Mm-hmm. Poof, and just be gone. And it's like, where the fuck did it go? Mm-hmm. So there's a difference between manifesting a lump sum of money and getting on the vibration of abundance to where money and abundance is constantly flowing to you because you're in alignment with it. Does that make sense? So that's what I would do. If you're just looking to maybe manifest a little lump sum of money, I would start playing with some manifestation techniques. Like go to YouTube, make it a habit once a day, twice a day. Go to YouTube, type in how to manifest money, how to manifest abundance, and just play with some little techniques. This isn't the solution to like completely changing your lifestyle, to completely upgrading to a totally different financial bracket. But if you want a little bit of money to come your way, playing around with little techniques has never failed me.
All right. Well, I hope that helps. All right. Next, we're going to read for Maggie May, who's an Aquarius. It says, I've been with a male Cancer for 2.5 years. And he has cheated twice. Am I wasting my time being dumb, or is my trust in him never coming back? Thank you for your spiritual services to our community. Your guidance and advices has helped me to reflect and work on myself, which is why I am excited to take this next step with you. That's so nice.
Well, so your trust coming back, I can't tell you if you're going to be able to trust somebody again. If I were to do that, that would be stealing a lot of power from you. I can look at the energy here.
We can at least see if he's trustworthy.
Somebody's already done it twice. If I just may give my personal opinion as a regular human, you shouldn't fucking trust that person ever again. Fuck that. But, that's just my input. World reverse, Lover's card, Death card. So this is a karmic life partnership. So it's karma because I think in a previous lifetime, you all had a life partnership soul contract and it went wrong and got fucked up. So you tried to see if you could come back in this lifetime under different circumstances and build a life partnership in this lifetime. And it doesn't really look like it's working out in this lifetime either. It's repeating the cycle. So with the Death card here, the damage that has been done does look like it is putting a permanent dent in the connection. Let me see. Let me get this person's feelings, energies, and intentions. 7 of Cups. So I'm not allowed to spy on the close personal details of somebody's personal private life, but I would feel safe betting that he's only cheated twice that you know of.
Ooh.
Or if he's only cheated twice, it's because that's all he thought he could get away with. So, I mean, 7 of Swords, Page of Cups, 10 of Cups reversed. Yeah, I mean, I think he's the type that he doesn't feel guilty because what he did was wrong. He's one of those types of people that only apologizes to get out of trouble. You know, I'm not sorry because I did something wrong. I'm sorry that there was a consequence, you know? So like if he would again, or if he could again, he would again. So yeah, King of Wands reversed, 7 of Cups. Yeah, man, when you got somebody gonna do that to you, I mean, when they show you who they are, that's who they are. So, I mean, but whether or not you trust this person again, I can't tell you that. I don't think you should. And that's no tarot cards aside, spirituality aside, just regular person to regular person. I don't think you should. But no.
She said, every time you talked about the Aquarius saga, it made me wonder if it meant me. Do you know what that is? I don't know what that means.
It's just whenever I hear the same story repeating itself, I'm thinking it's like if it's repeating the same story, like for a sign, I'll be like, oh, we got a Leo saga because it told the same story we told last week or last month or whatever.
Okay, hold on. Okay. Are you still murky metro-y?
Extremely.
One more week, you guys. One more week.
That last week of fucking murky metro, it like always makes sure that it's going to go out with a fight.
Yeah.
I swear, Mercury retrograde fucks me up, dude. Fucks me up. Got to push through it. Everybody, I can't stand it. Everybody's like, well, just take a break. I can't take a fucking break. I have to work. Like, what? Who lives a lifestyle where they can just say, "Oh, let me just take a little break"? Nobody. You know.
I don't think a lot of people understand like what all that we do behind the scenes. I think it kind of comes across as, oh, we just sit around and make little videos on YouTube, like. It's just fun. Like they don't see it as like it's a job, you know, like this is our livelihood. This is what we do to eat. This is what we do to pay our rent. Like, you know what I mean? And I think not all of you, like I think majority of you guys understand that, but there are those few who are kind of like, oh, get a job or, oh, go do this. Like, no, this is our job. So anyways, yeah, you can't just not work at your job, especially when this is a self-employed job. You have to keep grinding. It's 24/7 and that's the thing too. It's funny when people are like, oh, I started my own business because I didn't want to work a 9 to 5. Now I work 24/7.
I had to
let me have the sage.
I had to wake up this morning after 3 hours of sleep because I had readings I had to do.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
What
did you say?
I had to wake up this morning after 3 hours of sleep because I had two 9 a.m. readings I had to do.
3 hours of sleep?
Yes.
We didn't go to bed that late.
I didn't fall asleep until 2. I woke up at 5.
That's crazy.
And I thought you
wait. Were you looking at the wrong day then? Because you didn't have any readings due that early.
Well, then why did I have 2 9 a.m. readings on my stack this morning?
Mercury retrograde?
Whatever stack you handed me last night had 2 9 a.m.s. I didn't look at the date. I just looked at the time. You
gotta look at the date.
Well, you handed it to me.
Did you do any of those readings I gave you last night?
Yeah.
Then you basically did those in the same day. Because those were not 2 a.m. like today. Those are 2 a.m. tomorrow.
Oh, shit.
I told you those are due tomorrow. I literally told you that. Mercury fucking retrograde. I had a feeling last night too. I was like, why is he working so late? I was like, you're not even live. I was like, is he doing those personal readings? Because those were paid yesterday. Those just came in yesterday, so they all got. Congratulations if you bought a reading yesterday. You got it in less than 24 hours.
You got it early. Yeah, well, whatever.
This is why you look at the dates.
Anyway, so back to the point. Even if it was due today, like I had to wake up after 3 hours of sleep and work this morning and do a bunch of work I didn't have to fucking do. Didn't even have to.
Sounds about right.
Anyway, I don't know why we're talking about this.
Just because I see that you're kind of tired.
Murky Metro, bro.
Kind of mopey a little, so.
All right.
Okay, sorry. We'll talk about it. All right, next is for Veronica.
Veronica.
Who was a Leo. It says, was my intuition correct that the Gemini man who told me he loved me was secretly texting someone else? He denied it, but my gut says he was.
So this is somebody you've already cut out of your life, right? So I'm probably not going to be able to get really specific details about what the person was doing because you've already cut the person out of your life. Let's say best case scenario, you were wrong. Okay, then what? Then that indicates that there's a serious energetic disconnect between the two of you. So you're not a vibrational match anyways. I can see if this person is a trustworthy, honest person. I'll be 100% honest with you. My personal bias, when I hear Gemini, I believe you. I bet you're right. Sounds like something Gemini would do. I could be wrong, though. Let's see this person's feelings, energies, and intentions. But for future reference, next time you distrust somebody so bad that you cut them out of your life, release it. Don't worry about what they were doing. Lover's card reversed. Okay. I don't really think this person was somebody 100% committed to anything or anyone. Not really. I don't think this individual looked at you as a life partner. So I don't really think this person was 100% in it, 10 toes in and committed. Now, as far as straight up dishonesty, it looks like he would if he could. I'm not seeing the Seven of Swords here, indicating lies and deceit. But I am seeing the Seven of Cups, being that he had his options open, right? So in his mind, if he was able to secretly text somebody, if there was somebody for him to talk to, he would, if that makes sense. So probably. So you didn't really have any evidence. There was just a gut feeling. Whenever you have that kind of feeling with anybody in your life, you need to cut them out. If there's that much of a distrust that it's just a feeling, no evidence, just a feeling, that's not somebody you need in your life at all. Because like I said, best case scenario, let's say you're just tripping. Well, then that means that the two of you are not a vibrational match. If somebody has good intentions and your connection is so poor that you can't pick up on that. But I don't think that's the case here. I'm just giving you something to think about for the future. Five of Swords. No, this is not somebody you can trust. Three of Cups.
And this is like the intuition card? No, or that's just the mom?
No, and here's the secrets. Yeah, so probably. I do think that he had his options open. I think that there is one person that he had his mind on. And if the person would talk to him, he probably would. So, your intuition as to his intentions was on point. I don't know about his actions, but his intentions, he would if he could.
Dang, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. Next we have Sunflower.
Sunflower.
Sunflower. Sunflower is a Virgo. Question is, does my husband truly love me or is he secretly gay? I'm sorry, but I laughed out loud when I first read that. I was like, wow, that's a huge question.
Well, and again, I'll say something similar to what I said a minute ago. Ask yourself this. What if I tell you that he does really love you? Then what? Why are you unaware of that? See what I'm saying? I don't need a tarot card to tell you that that's not your divine life partner. Let me look at what the soul contract is between the two of you. Because if the connection is so bad that you're questioning your person's sexuality, in addition to whether or not they even love you, that connection's hanging on by a thread.
What happened is what I want to know. That's crazy.
Past life karma. Okay, so you all have karma from a past lifetime. Okay, cool. And the karma is not complete. It's not complete, but the energy between the two of you is unprocessed. So unprocessed that it's like a big, heavy, you all are like a big, heavy karmic snowball. And the energy is getting so heavy that here soon, it might be damn near impossible to sort through all that energy. I do have the Ace of Cups here. So yeah, so far it looks like this person loves you. I'm not seeing anything that would indicate being gay. How is that? Whoa. Does he love me? Or is he gay? How are those two the...
That's why I'm like, I want to know what happened.
Usually it's does he love me or does he love someone else? But how do we go from does he love me or is he gay? That's a hell of a jump. That's a big jump.
So what card is the gay card?
I mean, it's not really a card, but I would be looking for two kings right next to each other with the devil card.
Or a card with the rainbow on it.
Well, the Ten of Cups has a rainbow. The very few times I've been asked a question like that, what I look for is two kings right next to each other.
Yeah.
With the Lover's card or the Devil card or something.
Or it could be a knight and a king, or just just only two kings together.
Yeah, I try to, for something like that, I try to ask for a pretty specific message.
Oh, okay.
So, Empress, Seven of Swords reversed. No, I'm not seeing anything here that would indicate being gay. Empress in this spread, Ace of Cups in the first spread.
I doubt they have any rainbows in this deck, though.
The Ten of Cups does, but let's see.
That was the next card, though.
But it's the Ten of Cups with the Empress and the Ace of Cups. I think he loves you. I think so.
But maybe is he a little curious too?
Well, I don't want to dig too deep into that because I don't know why you're asking that question. I don't know what prompted you to jump from either he loves me or he's gay.
He must be doing something.
Does he have a really, really, really close male friend or something? Or maybe a dude that he makes gay jokes with or something? Because I know some dudes like to do that. There's some guys that like to get a little close and smack each other's asses and make gay jokes and shit. I'm like, what the fuck?
I have a lot of ex-boyfriends like that.
I'll question your sexuality if I see you doing that. I
think they're just being playful. But
that's what they say. Oh, no, straight men can joke with each other like that. The fuck? No, I ain't joking with no fucking dude like that. Absolutely not. Hell no.
Well, so does he love her? Is there any love cards?
Yeah. Ace of Cups in the first spread, Empress in this spread, Ten of Cups. I think he loves you. Yeah.
All right. But maybe the rainbow might have some significance. It would came out when we were talking about it.
But does he love me? The Ten of Cups is the card of being with your person, of the minor arcana.
It also has the rainbow on it. Oh, okay. Well, he's the reader, not me. So just listen to him because I really don't know. I just thought it was kind of ironic. All right. Well, hope that helps. Next, we have 22 stars, who is a Cancer. Almost divorcing. I have 2 new guys, Sag and water sign. I want to know more about the newest one. Which is the best future love of this 3?
Well, I don't really need a tarot card to tell you that none of them are your divine life partner. When you meet your divine life partner, you won't give a fuck about anybody else. So just take that with you. That doesn't mean you don't have important soul contracts here. I just want to give you something to think about for the future. If you're ever wondering whether or not your person is this person or that person, it's neither of them. I could not imagine in a gazillion fucking years wondering if you were my person or somebody else. I couldn't fucking imagine that. Like, if something was to happen to you, like if you was to get killed in a car wreck or something like that, if I was to survive through that, I'd be single for the rest of my fucking life. I don't want nobody else.
Yeah.
Period.
Well, I wouldn't mind if you moved on. I would not resent you or nothing. I wouldn't come haunt you and make your hair fall out.
I have no desire to walk this planet with anybody else.
Oh, thank you. Likewise.
Yeah. Okay. So, well, with the water sign, I do think that there is a soul contract here. But you want to be really, really careful because of the frequency that is bringing the 2 of you together. So you and this person have karma from a past life. But what you have to be careful of right now is the vibration that the 2 of you are coming together on. So remember, the primary law is the law of vibration. Okay. So right now, the vibration that you're on is the vibration of divorce and separation, because that's what's manifesting in your life. So if you're on a vibration where your life is already manifesting a divorce and separation, that's what you harmoniously resonate with right now. So if you bring somebody else into your life on that vibration, if y'all aren't working to climb out of that vibration together, which most people don't because they don't know how, then you'll loop around and have the same repeat cycle of the last person you was with. So there is a karmic contract here. You all have, I think you all go back many, many past lives, actually. Many past lives. Be careful with this person. No, be careful. Be really, really, really careful. I don't know if I trust that person. With the 7 of Swords there. The water sign. I don't know if I trust that. Don't attach yourself to anyone right now. Okay? Right now, because the primary law is the law of vibration, the primary goal is healing. If you don't heal your vibration, you'll continue manifesting people, situations, and scenarios that harmoniously resonate with the last relationship. So don't attach yourself to anyone right now. If you connect with somebody, see what they're all about. See if the 2 of you can connect at a deep level. If not, don't trip. Don't chase a relationship. Chase healing. And then once you're vibrating different, then you'll attract different. 7 of Swords, 2. King of Cups reversed for the other person. So you have to be real careful with both of these people. Okay? Like I said, the primary law is the law of vibration. Right now, your life is manifesting a divorce. Your life is manifesting a separation. There is no judgment when I say vibration, okay? It has nothing to do with you being a good person or a bad person. It's just simply a vibration. So when you take a look at your life, you take a look around at the things going on in your life, that gives you an indication as to what frequency you're on. So you're experiencing divorce, separation right now. So that's the frequency you're on. It's okay. But you just want to be mindful of that. And if you bring somebody into your life, the only way you can attract a person into your life is if you attract somebody who matches that frequency, right? And you have to be real careful with that. I got 7 of Swords for both of these people. I don't know if you know anything about the 7 of Swords, but that's the liar, the cheater, the sneaky, deceitful, manipulative little fuckbag. And this is the emotional game player. So, and this is just the game player. This is the immature communicator. This is the most immature character in the whole tarot. Be careful with both of these people, okay? Just use the path that you're on right now. Use this time to just get comfortable. Get comfortable and find yourself. Find yourself, okay?
Unless you just want to have fun, then go have fun.
Yeah, have
just
fun. Don't attach yourself to anyone.
Just know it's not long term, probably.
Will you go grab my trash can after you read this one?
Okay.
My little big bucket.
Yeah. Okay, next is Sage. Sign unknown. What/who is next for me?
What's your relationship status?
Probably single.
Well, I mean, newly single? I want to see if we can get a little bit of a time frame in here. If not, I'll have to give you an extremely, extremely general answer. So if you're single, how long have you been single?
Oh, they said they're in the chat. Okay. My Leo ex wants to give it another try, and the Pisces I thought was the one ghosted and moved on to someone else quickly. Should I just move someone new and start all over again? Oh, maybe move on.
Okay.
Move on to someone new.
All right. So the first thing I want to look at is...
Oh, and then they're a Leo sun, Virgo moon, Virgo rising. Oh, you're just like him, Virgo moon, Virgo rising. You poor thing. I bet you feel in that Mercury retrograde too.
First thing I want to look at is the soul contract with the Leo.
Oh, she said, or he, sorry. I don't know. I can't see if you're a boy or girl. Should I just move somewhere new and start all over again? Because I know Sage is like a boy and a girl.
I mean, I'm all for relocating. But just know this. A change of location won't change your life. That's the bad news. So if you just move to a different location and don't change or heal vibrationally, you will completely recreate the exact same life you just moved away from. I had to learn that the hard way. But the good news is a change of location makes it 10 times easier to do the inner work and the healing that you need to do when you're not looking around at a bunch of shit that reminds you of past memories, you know? And you're in a new place where nobody knows who you are. You can completely reinvent yourself. It's way easier to just step into the shoes of a whole new character and just never break character. Yeah. Eventually, that new character will start wiring itself into your brain, and that'll become who you are. So let me look at the soul contract with the last person. Well, it's not completed successfully. Okay. No, that contract was not completed successfully. So the problem is now there is a karmic tie. So, I mean, I can't really tell you what you should do. I can tell you the energy that you're dealing with and what it would take depending on which decision that you make. If you did want to give it another try, in order for a reconciliation to work out successfully, both people involved have to bring a new energy back to the connection. Both people. You have to bring a different version of you back to the table, and they have to bring a different version of them back to the table. All it takes is one of you coming back to this connection as the same person you were when you walked away from it, and the same cycle is going to repeat. But there is an incomplete contract. This wasn't supposed to come to an end. And the Pisces, I think, was just a fluke. I don't think that was a codependency attachment that probably got you real high there in the beginning and distracted you from it and made you forget about your heartache, you know, like a codependency attachment. And then, you know, when you connect with somebody on a vibration of emptiness and loneliness, then emptiness and loneliness is what's going to manifest between the two of you. So let me grab the second spread here. Yeah, I've been meaning to come out here every day this week and get these, and I keep forgetting.
Did you want to put another one in here?
Yeah. Which one do I want to do? I know I love all these. How about this one? All right. 9 of Wands. So the only thing I feel comfortable telling you is what I would do if I was you. If I was you, I'd move somewhere else and start over. I would. That's what I would do. I would say, fuck this shit. I'm going to reinvent myself. I'm going to reinvent my life. I'm going to become a different person. I'm just going to see what the universe has to offer me. That's what I would do. I don't know if you've ever done that before. I was living like that for several years, up until when I met you. That was my life, basically. You know, I'd start building me a little empire, and the universe would rip the rug, and I'd have to hop up and move. And then I'd start building up again, and then all of a sudden it would crash and burn, and I would have to run and move. I did it many, many times.
Open your eyes.
It can be a scary path to walk, but when you're done with it, later on down the line, you'll have some badass stories to tell. That's what I would do if I was you.
They could be scary, though.
Oh, it's scary. But at the end of the day, picture this. You're 90 years old on your deathbed, and you're looking back on your life. What do you want to be reflecting back on in your final days? My worst fear when I was younger was getting to my deathbed, looking back, having never experienced anything. I've never left the town I grew up in. I never met anyone new. I never experienced anything new. You know, I wanted to be one of those old people. Because I would always listen to these old people, and they're always like, oh, yeah, back in 1967 when I was living in Texas, and then in 1984 I was living in California, and then in 1992 I was living up in Michigan. I'm like, God damn, how do you keep getting around to all these fucking places? I'd be like, I want to be like that when I'm old. I don't want to just say, well, I've spun around the same 6 blocks for fucking 90 years and ain't seen much, but at least I stayed safe and didn't do anything risky, you know? So that's what I would do if I was you, honestly. Unless you do want to give this another try. I can't tell you not to, because there is uncleared karma and an incomplete soul contract. So
I like how, like, whenever we would move and the kids, you know, I would always tell them, this is your chance to be a new person, like a clean slate. Nobody knows you. You can start out however you want. And I think, well, Amy didn't really take that advice very much, but Nevaeh definitely, she did. Because, like, when we lived here in Vegas the first time, she did not set a very good, like, reputation for herself, and she got into, like, a lot of drama. And then when we moved to California, I was like, okay, this is a clean slate. Stay out of drama. Don't mess with nobody. And she did. She, like, she didn't really keep to herself, but, like, she kept her group, like, small, focused on school, and she really did. She, like, completely turned a new leaf. So when we moved back here, it was better because she's in a different district. So she's starting over again. I feel so bad for her, but she has a lot of good friends now. And I think that move was good for her, so she could figure out who she wanted to be and start fresh.
I think that would probably be the only positive thing that I can say about living in Chino Hills, was I had no worries about who my kids were friends with, because the town we lived in was like 80% Asian.
They were smart kids.
They were all, we went to their school. I look around, I'm like, oh my God. Everybody was Chinese. Everybody. It was just hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of little Chinese kids. And I'm like, holy fuck.
They were all really smart and
really
like advanced smart. And because their parents were so strict on them, like they had to do all their homework. And we went into some of their classes, I remember, or Nevaeh's classes, and they would do projects, and their projects were insane. I'm like, did adults do these projects? Like, who thought of that? I'm like, and I helped Nevaeh with hers, and ours looked like shit. I was like, oh my God. And I helped her. I was like, wow. They would have like this, like, I don't remember what, I remember what it was. It was like, we had to do this poster board. Remember when she bought those little, those forest animals.
Yeah.
And so she made like a forest, and we made like this little waterfall, and we colored in a waterfall. These kids had like an actual waterfall with like rocks and pebbles, and like they had like an actual stream, and they had it like in this like bowl. I don't even know what it was, and I was like, damn, like that's crazy.
Yeah.
So I loved when she was around all those kids because they kept her straight.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about who she hung out with, because you know that she's hanging out with some real smart kids who have goals and shit.
Yeah.
So that was about the only positive thing about living there, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I could think of a couple other ones, but yeah. Okay, so next we have Liz, who is a Leo. Oh yeah, I forgot to say, Liz, are you in the chat? Because we need a question from you. We have whatever pops out. First time doing this. Well, we're so glad that you're here for your first time. I love that. But we do require a question for the reading. This is not a general read. If you did want a general read, we do have those on the website, tarotwithrich.com. And there's a few different categories you could choose from, but these are specific questions. So we'll give her a second if she's in chat.
Or if anything, you can email her and we can come back to part 2.
Yeah, I just want to give her a second to type something if she's here. Well, what?
You care if I kick the air down a little bit?
I guess.
I'm boiling up.
You always are. We're asking if Liz is here. So, yeah, I don't think she's here. We'll go ahead and email her.
The boogie boat. The boogie boat.
All right, we're going to move on. Next we have is B, who's a Pisces. My friend over 30 years has become defensive and sarcastic recently for some reason. She's a Gemini. I wonder, has our friendship run its course?
That's a good question. That's a real good question. Because that's how it goes. The way I like to word it is the soul contract is complete, but that's the same thing. We'll see. That's how it goes. I don't know if maybe you heard me talk about that in a video before, but whenever a soul contract is complete, a lot of the times, if you think back, you can put your finger on exactly when it happened. You wake up one day and the energy's different. And it's not like, because we all have good days and bad days. Maybe I'll wake up one day and you're in a bad mood, or maybe I'll wake up and I'm in a bad mood. When a soul contract's complete, it's totally different. There's a complete and total energetic dynamic shift, and it never goes away. It gets heavier and heavier and heavier and heavier until the goal is, the reason why it does that is so that you'll move on from discomfort. But yeah, anyway, let's see. King of Swords. Well, the Chariot reversed. So yeah, I think more than likely this is a completed soul contract. I think so. Chariot reverse. The universe is slamming the brakes on this. Oops, wrong deck. Universe, I think, is slamming the brakes on this right here. Have you said something about it? I'm trying to think. 30. I was in the first grade when y'all became friends.
Mm-hmm.
I was in the first goddamn grade learning how addition and subtraction when y'all became friends. That's a long old ass goddamn time. So, have you expressed your concerns? I would imagine you probably have, maybe.
She said that no, not mentioned anything yet.
Okay. Strength reversed. Oh, devil card. 9 of swords again. Tower card. Yep. So, yeah, I think it is a completed soul contract. Now, I don't know, depending on, I don't know what semantics you want to use, but just because a soul contract is complete doesn't necessarily indicate that the friendship has to run its course necessarily. But there will be a big energetic shift when that does happen. So, the tension that's building between the two of you, if something's not done to get a different energetic trajectory between the two of you, it's going to keep getting heavier and heavier and heavier and heavier and heavier. And then eventually something's going to blow up between the two of you. You're going to get more annoyed and more frustrated and more annoyed and more frustrated and probably bottle it up and bottle it up and bottle it up. And then she's just going to say that one fucking thing when you ain't in the mood for it. And bow, you're going to blow up. And then, boom, it's going to come crashing down. And I get it. It's really, really, really easy to let that happen. But we want to try to see maybe if we can deter that a little bit. Because, I think now, if we want to talk just energetics, not soul contracts, she's got some shit going on that she ain't talking about. She's bottling up her own shit. And she's probably on the verge of blowing up on somebody anyways. So I would see if you can at least make an effort to see if you can change the energetic dynamics. But if not, then I might be asking myself if you want to just step away from this.
All right, next we have Multisola 2106, who is a Gemini. And question is, will there be job offers for me in August work-wise? Had quit, been top performer, rookie supervisors, no promotions, just stagnation and movements within the same team. Kind of hiding my IT talents. I applied and I'm waiting in the cold.
Two of swords. Chariot reversed. Oh, so that's part of your path, honestly. Yeah, that's a part of your path. Okay.
What is?
Where they're at. Oh. Things came to a halt. You completed your cycle there. So you're not out of place. There's nothing wrong with where you are right now. In August, though, I don't know. Now, let me see if I can paint this picture in your mind. The timeline that you're moving to, if you really, really want to, you could take some side roads to get to it. But it might be kind of difficult for you to get a door to open right now. It might be. I do think that you're probably being prepared for something that's a little bit better than what you're expecting. Like if you do IT or whatever, anything that you have pictured in your mind right now, you're probably being prepared for something a little bit bigger and a little bit better than that. But it's not time for that yet. So you can do one or two things. You can kind of just sit and chill. And I'm not going to say don't do anything, but like let the universe divinely guide you. Don't try to force nothing. Like if you apply for a few places and you don't hear nothing, you just take that as the universe saying now's not the time. You can do that. Or you can say, nah, fuck this universe. I need a door to open right now. And you put that call out there, and the universe will open a door for you. And you'll take like a side road. So it's like you map out a trip across from one state to the next, right? And you're going all the way across the main highway. And you're wanting to do a shortcut because it's about to wrap around this way. Instead of wrapping around, you take a shortcut straight across. You can do that if you want. It might be a little bit difficult to do that. I'm not saying do it or don't do it, but I am saying if you choose to do that, be careful. If you knock on a bunch of doors and the universe doesn't seem like it wants to open any doors for you, and you kick one down, be careful with it. If you have to kick a door down, be very careful when you pass through it. Let's see what the second spread says. Eight of Pentacles reversed. And 10 of Pentacles reversed. August might be a little bit of a slow month for you. But with the 9 of Pentacles and the upright, the universe, if you do choose to, I want to be careful how I word this because I don't want to tell you to not do anything. You know what I'm saying? But if you do choose to take the path of least resistance, where you're just developing a relationship with the universe and you're not forcing anything and you're just letting the universe guide you, you will be taken care of. You will not need anything. So the universe will always make sure that you have what you need when you need it. So yeah, I'm not going to say do or don't. Honestly, when it's me in your position, fuck yeah, I get out there. I'm like, I'm going to make something fucking happen. I'm going to start trying to build a new stream of income or apply for a little side job. I don't care if I got to go pick shit with a chicken for a little bit, something to get some money coming in. That's what I do. But you don't have to because you're being divinely guided and prepared for something a little bit bigger than what you would expect.
Okay, is that it?
Yep.
Oh, okay. All right, well, I hope that helps. Thank you. All right, next we have Sammy, who's an Aries. Will Ray, who's a Cancer, and Sammy reconcile their romantic relationship in the future?
Aries and Cancer.
Mm-hmm.
Aries and Cancer. That one takes the cake. If I had to make a list of the top 5 most common energetic mismatches that I see in my line of work, Aries and Cancer is number 1. Aquarius and Taurus is number 2. Virgo and Pisces is number 3. Sagittarius and Gemini is number 4. Libra and Capricorn is number 5. Aries and Cancer, I can't even count how many times I've seen that in my life. And it's always challenging. Always. I wish I had time to sit down and break down why that is, but just know that's challenging. Let me look at the soul contract. Okay, so the contract is not complete. Okay, so you do have that working for you rather than against you. Because when a contract is complete, it's really hard to keep it going. So you do have that working for you. I don't know, though, right now with the Strength and the Page of Pentacles in the reverse, I'm not really seeing any movement happening right now. So let me explain something real quick. Whenever you come to anybody for any kind of reading, tarot, astrology, channeling, psychic, most of what's being read is what I like to call the default timeline. And what that means is what the plan was, what we planned before we got here. Whenever a psychic or a tarot reader is really, really accurate at predicting things, the reason why is because they're looking at what was planned beforehand. Now, what was planned fell through between you and this person. So now it's up in the air. Now it's a free-for-all. Now there is no plan beyond what you all had already planned. So now the only thing I can look at is the energy. And energy can change at any given minute, but it usually doesn't, but it can. Let me see this person's feelings, energies, and intentions. Page of Swords reverse. I think this person keeps an eye on you. So, yeah, they definitely keep an eye on you. They ain't moving on from this. I think they want to talk to you. They still feel a real strong connection with you. I think probably. I think there will more than likely. I would say you have about a 60 to 70% chance of a reconciliation attempt. Yeah, I think so. I don't know how many times you and this person have, separated, but you want to be careful because when you come back together, if you do, I'd give it about a 75% chance. If you do come back together, there's going to be some energy that you all have to work through. You're going to have to work through the energy that manifested the separation and any energetic cords that may get attached to either of you while you've been in separation. So like if you go and fuck somebody, or if they go and fuck somebody, or even date somebody and go out on a date or something like that, you're getting energy cords in other people. And you bring all that back to the connection too. So there'll be a big old lump of baggage energy that both of you are bringing back to the connection that has to be processed through. And then after you process through that, both of you have to work on shifting out of into a totally different vibrational state. Because the primary law is the law of vibration. The secondary law is the law of attraction. If you want to attract a different outcome, you have to vibrate differently. So I think so. More than likely. But yeah. So what I would work on doing if I was you right now is healing and releasing this. Because if you don't, and the two of you come back together, it's just going to repeat the same cycle anyways. So no matter what you want to do, if you want to move forward and find something better or bring someone back into your life and have a better outcome, you're going to have to heal anyways. So that's what I would be focused on right now if I was you, is healing, releasing this, and becoming a different person. And then hopefully, maybe this person will see that. It'll inspire them to do the same. And then the two of you could come back together and build something with more potential for success.
She says, I'm definitely shifting, going through a different walk at this time.
Cool. Good dealio.
All right. And then one just came in. I'm waiting. I haven't gotten the email for it yet. So, oh yeah. And if you guys are adding anything in the notes area, just know, I don't see that. I have to go onto a completely different website page to view that. Doesn't look like anyone has.
So where are they supposed to do it?
Where it says, or ask their question. It's just when you're checking out, there's an extra box that says leave note to the seller. I'm not seeing that unless I go into our square and I see that. Okay, nobody has. So
because I remember back when I would do 2222s on PayPal, that's what you had to do. I would say type your question in the notes section.
I know, and normally that's fine. It's just I don't think to look there always.
I guess Square's different.
When I'm doing, it used to be in the email right here, the confirmation email, but now they don't put it in here. Remember, they changed it? So I know.
I'm bored with this. I just want to make it look different because I'm bored.
I'm sure they had a reason. Hopefully. Okay, hold on. Get you added here. We're doing, how do you say that? Cookie?
So it looks like kooky.
Cookie. All right. Oh my goodness. What is going on? Technical error. Okay. They are Scorpio. It says, I've been dating Greg, a Saggy, for a month last night. We had an argument and he said he was done. Is it really done?
Damn. You gonna boot, scoot, and boogie on the first argument, huh? That's no good. Well, I mean, if you're dealing with a fire sign, whenever they decide to take off running, they usually take off running. Sagittarius and Scorpio, very challenging energetic combination. It's weird how neighboring signs are very challenging to mix.
Once a Sag shoots his arrow, they're gone. Well, sometimes they forget an arrow or two and they come back. And they're like, oh wait, oh I forgot. And I'll come back. That's a biggie.
King of Wands reversed. So he was never 10 toes in to begin with.
Wow. Typical Sag.
So now I don't know the details of the situation, but you know what this feels like to me? He was doing one of two things. He was either waiting for the right opportunity to leave, or maybe he started an argument to give him an excuse to leave. You know, like pushed you and poked you and pushed you and to push you away, you know, and then once it sparked an argument, he's like, yes, this is my ticket out. Something like, I had a Saggy do that to me one time.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. And so I think this wasn't random. I don't think so. So it's not that he's done, but he was never 100% in it to begin with. I don't think, so probably, honestly, probably. Now, does that mean that you'll never hear from him again? Not necessarily. Like say for example, he had somebody else in mind and he bounced to them real quick and then that falls through and he has no other prospects, then that's going to greatly increase the chances that he'll come back. Let me see what the second spread says. Yeah, see, 8 of Cups. Yeah, 6 of Swords. I think he has the intentions of making a final decision to walk away. I think so. I don't think he was in it to begin with. And honestly, I think the universe did you a favor on that when you dodged a bullet. You dodged a bullet on that. He's not mature enough to be what you need anyways, to play the part you would need him to play in order to really build a successful life partnership. He's not mature enough to play that role anyways. So if you do end up hearing from him again, I'd give it about a 25% chance. And if you do, be careful. Be very careful. Keep him at an arm's distance until you figure out what his intentions are. But yeah, I don't think he was ever in it to begin with.
That sucks. It sucks when you're like all about somebody and then you realize like it's not reciprocated and like you stay loyal to that one person and then they're not or something,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That was the story of my life for many years. Boo, 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 boo.
All right, hold on a second. I got more details for this one, so we're gonna do this one again. Oh. Okay, so we're gonna do Liz, who's a Leo. Will things stay the same or get better with my job? Will money stay the same or maybe get better?
Money's getting better. I can look to see the cycle, your path as far as your job goes and whether or not that cycle is complete. But I don't know how many of you, I don't spend a lot of time paying attention to this kind of stuff, but yesterday, August 1st, all of the deals took effect. All the trade deals and everything that Trump's been working on all year took effect yesterday. Starting yesterday and today, trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars is rolling into the U.S. right now. The economy is about to fucking explode. So money's getting better. I don't know the ins and outs of how it's going to work. I don't know maybe if things have to get a little bit worse first, but things are getting better. I can promise you that. I can look at your path as far as the job goes. Let me see.
Because she basically wanted to know about financials.
Yeah.
Just so you
know. Well, 10 of Pentacles reversed. So that job does not harmoniously resonate with financial abundance. So for your cycle is wrapping up and coming to a close with that job. This is one thing a lot of people don't understand. When you shift to a new vibration that will attract in an amount of money that's unlike anything you've ever made before, or something that would change your life, the likelihood is extremely high that that money is going to come from a completely different source. Because when you take a look around at your life, everything that makes up your life is an extension of your vibration. So if the vibration you're on is a vibrational match to your job, which is your income, if you were to make a huge vibrational jump to a totally different financial bracket, you wouldn't even be a vibrational match to that job anymore. So for right now, things are kind of staying the same as your cycle wraps up and comes to a close. I would kind of pay attention to the energy as to what it feels like. When you feel the universe nudging you onto a different path, don't fight that, because, you know, things are going to start moving quick. And if you don't learn to respond to the universe is going to have to pull rugs and kick towers over to make shit happen. And in the end, it'll all be okay, you know, when everything's done and you're looking back. But when you're in it, sometimes that can make for some scary shit to happen. Let me see what the second spread says. Queen of Pentacles reversed. And also, too, I think it kind of, finances, that's one of those things that's all about perception and your perspective. So it also kind of depends on what you would consider to be getting better. You know, some people, a $10,000 annual increase would just be fucking amazing. Like, that would be so cool to see $10,000 more a year. I wouldn't even notice a $10,000 annual increase. It's all a perception thing, you know, especially if you're always looking at the numbers and you're real about everything. But so, having said that, things could potentially get better on paper, like looking at numbers. But as far as things getting better, like improving your life and making a big difference in your life from this job, not a whole lot. But your cycle is wrapping up and coming to a close. I would honestly, right now, I'd give it about a 40 to 50% chance that I don't think you'll be working there 1 year from today. And I'd give it about a 60 to 70% chance I don't think you'll be working there 2 years from today. And if you're still working there in 5 years, I'd shit a brick. I guess you could. And if you're stubborn enough and you're really that about it, you could hang on to it for that long, but I highly doubt it. But yeah, the job looks kind of like a plateau as your cycle closes. And finances are going to improve in other ways in the coming years.
All right, so that's part one.
Part uno. All right, cool. I got another reading to do, and I'm meditating.
Well, maybe you already did it.
Well, let me see the calendar real quick.
We're going to go and deal with his list of what he did, because I got to go find out. But anyways, you guys, thank you for joining us. We will be back at 4 p.m. Pacific time for part 2.
All right.
And we'll see you guys later. Bye.